Villa from Turf Moor. Big game in prospect here. Let me just give you the two starting 11s. I will give them to you later on, but let me just give you the two lineups. Starting with Burnley with Pope in goal, Lawton, Tarkowski, Ian Peters, Brady, Westwood, Brownhill, McNeil, Rodriguez and Ward. So essentially one change from the side that won last time out in the league anyway against Liverpool, and they're currently lying 15th with 19 points. As for Aston Villa, lying 9th with 10 points better off than Burnley. They've got a slightly better last 5 record as well, having drawn 1 and drawn 2 and lost 2 as well. Burnley have lost 3 out of 5 but won the other 2. This is Villa's lineup with Martinez in goal, Cash, Konza, Mings and Target, Louise, McCann, Traore, Barkley, Grealish and Watkins further forward as well. And so there are the 11s. Also, we've got as a little bonus tonight. This was discussed late last night when we put the word out on Twitter that this game was going to be commentated on live by me this evening. Russ piped up late last night and said, "Can you send me down to Chelsea because of Thomas Tuchel's new first match against Wolverhampton Wanderers?" So after about 2 seconds of paused thought, I decided to grant him the green light, and right on cue, he's with us, our chief reporters at Stamford Bridge for the one. That also for this one tonight, and we'll be crossing to him in a second. That incidentally is a 6 o'clock kick-off. So, well, let's head over to Russ over there. He'll be bringing us up to date direct from Stamford Bridge. And here he is now on cue, on mic at Stamford Bridge to bring you the all important team news, including Thomas Tuchel's first ever team news.
Thank you, JB. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Stamford Bridge. Team news is as followed for Chelsea. They make 10 changes from the team that beat Luton in the Cup at the weekend. Only Hakim Ziyech keeps his place in the starting lineup. So they line up with Mendy in goal. The captain tonight is Azpilicueta. He's a right back. Rudiger, Silva, Chilwell, Kovacic and Jorginho in midfield. Ziyech, Havertz and Hudson-Odoi are just behind the lone striker of Olivier Giroud. The bench: Kepa, Abraham, Pulisic, Werner, Alonso, Zuma, Mount, James and Emerson. Wolves make 6 changes from their win against Chorley of the week on Friday night. Patricio, Semedo, Neves, Traore, Neto, Podence all come into the side in place of Ruddy, Oiver, Moutinho, Vidarte, Cutrone and Silva, who all drop to the bench. Wolves line up with Patricio in goal, back three of Bolle, Cody and Kilman, midfield 4 of Semedo, Dendoncker, Neves and Atenure. Traore, Podence and Neto is the front 3. On the bench for Wolves is Ruddy, Oiver, Willian Jose, who could make his Wolverhampton Wanderers debut after joining on the 23rd of this month. Fabio Silva, Vinata, Cutrone, Saiz, Moutinho and Otosawa. That's your team news at Stamford Bridge. And the referee here tonight, Andy Madley. On VAR is Lee Mason. Chelsea against Wolves. Kick-off is at 6 o'clock.
Thanks, Ross. Stay with us for a second because I want to just bring in a couple of questions now. Firstly, Russ, I want your point of view. I thought from the outset Frank Lampard sacked on Monday. I'll just go through the itinerary with you folks. What happened was at 8:30 in the morning, Frank Lampard was off to take usual training. He got a text message from the board. He was summoned to Stamford Bridge and within half an hour was relieved of his duties. And obviously Thomas Tuchel was obviously lined up before then. Obviously the players were sent home from training to sack Lampard in the middle of an unprecedented season where there's no fans. I know people will point at the £200 million he spent, and Werner and Havertz really haven't hit it off. But was it the right decision? I know they're 8th in the table at the moment, Chelsea, but they're not far off. I mean, is it getting to a point now, Russ, where foreign owners are pressing the panic button? We see it week in, week out at Watford. We've seen it so far at Sheffield Wednesday. Is it not time? I think, has Lampard had enough time, and do you think he should have been given till the end of the season for him to turn the run around? Because they did have a good victory against Luton in the Cup, as you said.
Yes, they did have a good win in the Cup, as I said, against Luton. But looking at his league form in the last 5 matches, in particular, JB, only 1 win in those last 5 and 3 defeats as well. Lost, draw, lost, won, and the last time in the league was against Leicester and lost that one as well. So I can see partly why he's been sacked. I don't think he should have been given a bit more time. I think he was doing a great job there. And I think reason why Roman Abramovich has pulled the plug this early on at Stamford Bridge to get rid of Frank Lampard is because of the money he spent on the players of likes of Hakim Ziyech, Havertz, Chilwell, Silva, Mendy, who in some cases have not performed up to the standards they have. Even Timo Werner's not performed well and yet to go off the mark for Chelsea since he arrived in the league, that is. He's got 9 goals in other competitions, but in the league he's yet to go off the mark and not score for quite a while, Timo Werner, so maybe that's played a bit of a factor, but I'll give him at least till the end of this window, and maybe till the end of the season. I'll give him till around about March, April, back end of the season. If things weren't going right, get rid, fetching Thomas Tuchel or one of the others who are Tuchel's in at the moment, fetching one of the others who is going to be able to try and sort out this mess for Chelsea and try and get the players performing, and have a look at where he's got ready for the end of the summer window. Not because Tuchel's not got long left if he wants fetching the players in, because window closes at 11 o'clock on Monday.
Yep, absolutely. Right, Russ will be with you during the first half with full reports as well, and Russ will keep us updated throughout the evening here. We're with you till about night. Right, let's crack on with the teams, because the teams are out in the tunnel for our commentary match tonight with me, and let's check them. Of course, you've got the comment section to use as well. Please keep your comments clean. Right, Pope in goal, Lawton Tarkowski, me and Peters at the back, Brady, Westwood, Brownhill and McNeil in midfield, Brady Point on the right hand side, Jay Rodriguez, Roberto, Matty Vidrick, Chris Wood as well alongside him. On the bench, Peacock, Farrell, Corks, Goodmanson, Stevens, Barnsley, Long, Dunn and Benson. For Red Villa, Martinez in goal, Cash, Combs and Mings and Target the back four. 2 midfielders with holding midfielders, Douglas Luiz and John McGinn. Then further forward, you've got Bertrand Traore, Ross Barkley and Jack Grealish. And then up front, the sensational striking talent of Ollie Watkins from Brentford. On the bench, former Burnley keeper Tom Heaton, Neil Taylor, Trezeguet, Marvellous Makamba, Anwar El Ghazi, Bjorn Engels, Ahmed Mohammadi, Keenan Davis and Jacob Ramsey. Referee for this game this afternoon, or this evening rather, Burnley are playing 4-4-2 incidentally, and as I predicted, Brady will play out on the right hand side. Jack Cork, of course, had a magnificent game. Very unfortunate not to start. But I suppose but it's the one change from that Liverpool win. Ashley Barnes has not recovered from his knock and isn't amongst the 18 this evening. So Matty Ridge was the only recognised striker on the bench. But big game this for Burnley if they can pull clear, and if they can get and also Brighton and Fulham are playing at 7:30 this evening. So we'll keep you up to date with the first sort of 10 minutes of that game before we leave you tonight here on JB Sports. Referee, well, this could be a very important night for them. The referee tonight is from Merseyside, Paul Tierney. 2 assistants, Ian Hudson and Simon Bennett. 4 professionals, Darren England. And VAR in full swing. Stuart Atwell is the man in charge, and he's assisted by Harry Leonard. The players will, in a few moments' time, take the obligatory need to highlight the need to stamp racism out in not just in football but in every walk of life as well. And there they go. Aston Villa incidentally are in the white shirts with the light blue shorts, white socks And Burnley and Claret and Blue, need I tell you, get us underway. Live commentary of Burnley versus Aston Villa, with updates from Ross, direct from Stamford Bridge. And if there's been a significant incident and we get a breaking play, we'll be going to him at certain intervals during the first 45 minutes this evening. Here's Chris Wood from an early throw-in that Burnley have got. Crossing player for McNeil, looking towards Brady on the far side. Burnley with a high, intense sort of start as Brownhill headed towards goal, but Martinez with a good save. Both teams coming off the back of wins in the Premier League. Burnley, of course, winning last Thursday that remarkable match at Anfield, where they were the first team in 3.5 years to beat Liverpool on their own patch. They nearly did it last year, but they did it this year. A late goal from Ashley Barnes deciding things there. But Aston Villa on Saturday night proving too hot for Newcastle to handle, winning 3-0, and it could have been a cricket score that night. And at the bottom end teams that are not in the relegation zone, the one you fear for most really is Newcastle. They're falling really like a stone in the Premier League table. In fact, they've now got below Burnley in the table. Burnley now 15th with a better goal difference, have the same amount of points as Newcastle. Well, as I say, they're not keeping clean sheets, Newcastle. Goals are going in they're not scoring at one end, and goals are flying in at the other, and that's usually a lethal cocktail for a relegation scrap. Villa trying to get on the ball straight away. They've got number 6 Louise on the ball, gets it out towards the far side. I think Aston Villa are going to be alright this season. It just proves that Dean Smith was in a similar situation last year where his team couldn't buy a win. In fact, a year ago they won here on New Year's Day 2-1. Could have been 4 or 5 really. It was also a game that Tom Heaton got injured as well. This is Grealish crossing back and turned away by Tarkowski. I think they'll find Burnley a bit more of a tougher proposition tonight, the form they've been on. Of course, it's a much changed side from the one that beat Fulham very comfortably 3-0 in the FA Cup on Sunday. A number of changes, but J-Rod keeping his place with a 2-goal blast, but it's also partly due to the fact that Ashley Barnes is out at the moment with an injury which he's not recovered from in time. No Charlie Taylor, of course, but that's a welcome. But at least Jack Cork's had a couple of cup games now to really work his fitness, and that's a good sign for Burnley. But they've got a corner to defend here in this opening 2 and 3/4 minutes. Here comes the corner, in it goes from Barkley, header one inside the penalty area, and I think it was Konza who got the header in from around about 7 or 8 yards, and it went over Nick Pope's crossbar. And just a little worry there in the opening 3 minutes for the Clarets, and a very deserted turf ball. And Sean Dyche, there's been rumours linking in with John Joe Kenny in the January window. Of course, Matt Lowton and Phil Bardsley aren't the most mobile centre or right backs, or wing backs I should say. Charlie Taylor hopefully coming back with some fitness as well. One ball played over there towards Jay Rodriguez. He'll chase it there, but Matty Cash is there first on the far side there for Aston Villa. And the ball out to play over on the far side into the Bob Ward stand for a throw-in. You can comment, keep your comments clean on tonight's game. I'll try and be as unbiased as I can. I am a Burnley fan, but very important game, and we're bringing it to you live. 6 o'clock kickoff, which has enabled us to do that for you here this evening, and we hope you're enjoying what we're doing as the cross comes in from the right hand side, but well taken by Martinez. Joe Horan says hello, hi there, as the ball comes forward, or yo as he gives it the old American phrase. Here's Ben Mee now to Josh Brownhill, just inside the Aston Villa half. Lawton plays a long ball forward up towards Robbie Brady. Chris Wood is there too. It is live, and we are live and absolutely live, 100%. Here's Lawton playing it in there, and there's a chance for Brady into the penalty area, but well held by Emilio Martinez, the former Arsenal goalkeeper. And it's a good long kick there looking towards Ollie Watkins, but Ben Mee, the Burnley captain, read the situation very, very well. Here's Westwood in possession, finds Wood inside the Villa half. Burnley and Clareton Blue, the other game at Villa Park before Christmas, between these sides finished 0-0, but Villa had something like 25 shots at goal in that particular game to Burnley's 4 or 5, and Burnley should have lost by more, but they ended up drawing 0-0. It was a precious point in the end as that cross comes in there towards Brady, and Martinez just about collided with his right hand post as that cross came in. He wasn't going in any danger of it going over the line, but Burnley are putting a lot of high crosses in there to really test Martinez here in this opening 6 minutes or so of this first half. Nearly tripped over when colliding with the post, and then Villa try and play out from the back. Mings, Louise gets it back in there. It's Konza back there, and Louise hits the ball forward, coming up towards 6 minutes of the first half gone. If you are new to the channel, give us a subscribe and hit the notification bells. Don't forget to leave a like, it goes without saying. Villa in possession here, 0-0 is the score, and when Russ gives us the signal, we will cross to him at regular intervals. There will be live updates and significant goal action and updates of what's happening at Stamford Bridge. Free kick against Burnley as Chris Wood went on an opportunity there. Westwood, the former Villa player, felt he did nothing wrong. Paul Tierney didn't think of that opinion. Let's have a look at it again. I don't know. I don't think that's a good decision from Paul Tierney. I think Barker's miskicked the ball. Westwood stood his ground. I think that's an awful decision from Paul Tierney. I really do. Barkley very lucky in my view to get that decision. Free kick to Aston Villa it is. 7 minutes gone here at the turf. Just a nice little 5.5 mile journey for me tonight. And it's cold, but mercifully not wet. Burnley has a tendency to have a lot of places in the country, some of the highest rainfall all year round. Martinez takes a free kick midway inside the Villa half up towards the Burnley half of the field, and it'll be interesting to see how both teams really go about their business. Villa lost in their last away match 2-0 to Manchester City. That controversial goal when Rodri pinched the ball off Mings when coming back from an offside position. That rule has actually since then has been adjusted by the Premier League, and I felt sorry for Aston Villa that night, and they gave a good account of themselves at the Etihad. I just felt really that rule is a pretty much a grey area in terms of that rule. 8 minutes gone and still no goals there. Still no goals at Stamford Bridge, but Russ will be coming to you. Yeah, there's a big significant moment in that game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Thomas Tuchel's first match in charge of Chelsea this evening, just 24 hours after being appointed the new manager of Chelsea after Frank Lampard's sacking on Monday. Flicked on towards Brady. Brady stays on side, Brady shoots, and it's over the top with his right foot, and a goal kick. Flag had stayed down as well, so it's a big opportunity there for Brady. He scored the last time we were here. Finished 1-1 of course, and it's a good effort, but just over the top, and the goal kick it is. And already these sides, I think Burnley have had the better of it. Villa certainly haven't tested Nick Pope. They've had a header that's gone over the top in the opening 10 minutes, but so far very little for Nick Pope to actually do. This is Chris Wood holding it up quite well, and a good ball played in there by Westwood, but it's cut out. Lowton bravely winning there. The next header, Lowton and Westwood up against Jack Grealish, a former teammate of theirs when Grealish was a young kid coming through the Villa ranks 4 or 5 years ago. And what a mature young player that England and Aston Villa have got in their midst now. Really is on the field. 10 gone. Burnley 0, Aston Villa 0. As soon as we get a break in play, we'll be crossing to Russ in just a second to see how the first exchanges of Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea spell has begun. Here's Jack Grealish now on the left hand side. The ball play forward. Barkley now with a crossing from the left hand side and turned away by Ben Mee. We'll take this corner as soon as there's a goal kick or a throw in or whatever in a position where it's not goal threatening. We will cross to Ross in a second or two, and there might have been an offside flag there up against Ross Barkley. In fact it was. It's a goal kick and the ball is out for a throw. I thought it was a corner, but there was a suspicion where Ross Barkley was concerned was offside. So let's quickly just go to Stamford Bridge in a second or two, because in fact we can go across right now and see how the opening exchanges have gone. Let's just cross over to London and join RV.
Cheers, JB. And Chelsea having a lot of possession early stages of this opening encounter. 11 minutes gone here, still goalless by the way. Chelsea coming closer with Giroud going close, Ziyech as well, and also Silva and Rudiger from a corner a few moments ago. Chelsea 0-0 opening 12 minutes. Chelsea got loads of possession, early possession, 86% in total, 146 total passes so far. Wolves struggling to get out to the moment, but they've had a few chances as well. Goals for the moment. 12 minutes almost gone here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0.
Thanks very much, RV. And we're back here at Turf Moor. Burnley won a free kick for a foul on Josh Brownhill. Free kick to be taken by Westwood. Swings it into the penalty box once more. Comes out to Brownhill on the edge of the area. Burnley laying siege to the Villa goal once again. 12 minutes gone here. Live commentary of Burnley against Aston Villa. McNeil's cross half deflects, falls for Cash by the byline, only hugs it half away. Brady picks up the ball, still on the left hand side, and McNeil might get in behind, but again Cash read the situation very well and concedes just a throw in there for against Aston Villa. 12.5 minutes gone. Burnley are starting to ask some questions here of the Villa defence. A throw into Burnley, level on the far side of the 18-yard box of Aston Villa, in white shirts and dark blue shorts tonight. Peters with the throw. Back to Peters again. Peters can try and hook a ball in. It's well charged down once again by Matt Cash. Did really well there, the former Nottingham Forest man. And the ball has been lost, and Villa are in a real opportunity here when Jack Grealish has got a chance to lay in Watkins. Can Tarkowski get back? Watkins' has shot, and it's parried there by Pope and mishandled the ball, but it was in no man's land anyway, and Pope was able to, easily enough to gather it at the second of time. And Westwood there just a bit guilty there of being a little bit gun happy in possession, giving Villa cheap possession and giving a chance for Ollie Watkins there to test Nick Pope. Pushed the ball down, knew that there was no danger as soon as he fumbled it, and there was no harm done. So still 0-0 in the game at Stamford Bridge. Any action, we'll bring it to you here on JB Sports. Here's Jack Grealish down the left hand side for Aston Villa, cutting in towards the Burnley penalty area, and there's Target on the right hand side. A decent looking cross, and it's tucked in from 6 yards from Ollie Watkins, and that has certainly come against the run of the play, that is for sure. It's a good finish. Target was left completely free down the left hand side. Sean Dyche will be fuming about that. And Aston Villa have taken the lead on the 14th minute mark. It's Ollie Watkins. It's Aston Villa. It's Burnley 0, Robert. Aston Villa 1. And you've got to say it was a really good move. They'll be checking for whether there was an offside here. They were all drawn to Jack Grealish. That was what the problem was. Definitely onside there. And with the side of his right foot, or with the outside of his right foot, did the rest. Not a good start for Burnley here, who do not tend to do well when they concede the first goal. That's always a big worry, and it was poor defending. Matt Lawton should have cut that out for me. That was poor. No chance at all for Nick Pope. Ben Mee should have wasn't goal side of his man, and you don't let a player like Ollie Watkins get goal side of you, because that's asking for trouble. And Villa now have got themselves a lead. They've, on the balance of play, they barely deserved, but Burnley have been really the architects there of their own downfall there. Lawton should have been better out there to him. He was dragged towards Jack Grealish, and when you do that, you run the risk of being penetrated down the flanks. And Burnley maybe a little bit too narrow there, which has cost them dear. But you've got to say, credit to Aston Villa, it was a lovely ball in from Matt Targett from the left hand side. Here's Barkley now, 25 yards from goal. They're having a good run at the moment here. Traore now cutting in from the right hand side. Traore, good tackle there from Eric Peters, and it needed to be, because Burnley here are looking shaky after a good opening 10 minutes. They are right back on them, 1-0 down and on the back foot here. Villa playing with real confidence, purring if you like. Grealish round the corner. Here's Ollie Watkins once again, right left hand side, back to Grealish. He's the man that's making Villa's midfield tickier at the moment. It's still Watkins. Here is Watkins, sorry, from Grealish's pass. Burnley need to start counteracting here. Oh, Grealish has got him behind again. This could be trouble here. It could be 2-0. Oh, what a save that is from Traore by Nick Pope. And Burnley there were cut wide apart. I think the flag had gone up. In any case, we're offside against Jack Grealish. But Burnley here at 6s and 7s at the back. He's just off as it happens. Well, I'll tell you what, Burnley have got to get a grip of themselves. They've conceded a sloppy first goal. They could have easily conceded a second one there, but for an offside flag. Not a good last 7 minutes for Burnley. They had a good 10-minute start and a good 10-minute spell, and they just haven't got into it at all. Now Brady hooking it forward, looking towards Wood, and well, it would be typical of Burnley if they can win at Anfield but then lose at home to Villa. It would be just typical of their luck. 1-0 down. They didn't deserve it on the balance of play. They started the game really well, but since the goal, though, you've got to say Villa have really grown in a lot of stature. That's surely a foul there halfway inside the Villa half on Jay Rodriguez there, and Douglas Luiz knew exactly what he was doing. The ball played forward, and look at this. It's a move that would not look out of place in WWE. Paul Tierney, a man on the spot. 1-0 down Burnley, but they have a free kick, and they've taken it quickly. Peters now to McNeil. McNeil now looking to dink a good crossing there, and he might do it. Tarkowski going in, and he couldn't get on the end of it. And in the end, Ollie Watkins can get it away for Aston Villa, who lead by a goal to 0. The ball out of play. But that's the Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil, I think in the last game against Fulham in the Cup, showed what he was all about. It was the Dwight McNeil of old, and we saw a glimpse of it there just now. A good example of it, where he's trying to take on the defenders, but he can whip in good balls as well. We didn't see that at the start of the season, but we're seeing it now in abundance. And now Villa have a chance to break here with Matty Cash. He's gone over on the far side towards the right hand side. He's got Traore in support, but he's having to go backwards. Traore. Aston Villa leading, and if they win tonight, Villa, they will go, I think, above Chelsea in the table. They'll certainly go to 32 points. Burnley could go to 22 points with a win themselves and go at least 10 points above Fulham, but at the moment they don't look like doing anything at the moment. Traore now. Villa look a threat every time going forward. Ross Barkley really flourishing, his football flourishing at Villa Park these days. There's the ball around the corner. It's gone behind for a goal kick to Aston Villa. Let's check in now with events at Stamford Bridge and RV.
Cheers, JB, and Chelsea have just gone close. Hudson-Odoi fed in Hakim Ziyech on the edge of the penalty area, and this curling effort was saved by Rui Patricio to dive into his right hand side, going towards the top corner. Magnificent save in the end. Chelsea Having a lot of possession, a lot of chances, but yet to find the breakthrough. 20 minutes gone here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0. Thomas Tuchel, let me add, will be happy with this start from his new side.
Absolutely. Last 10 possession, 32% to 68% Aston Villa. Not a great surprise. It's Thomas Tuchel's side, really, by what Russ is suggesting there, playing with a good intensity, and they just need that breakthrough against a very good Wolves side who are starting just to pick up a little bit of form. They won against Chorley, a very good goal from Vigari that won the game on Friday night. And Burnley, since we were last with you, I've drawn Bournemouth in the 5th round of the Cup. That takes place on Wednesday the 11th of February, by the way. The games in fact will be played in midweek, so we won't be seeing any tally stars at Turf Moor in the next round of the Cup. Crawley, Bournemouth winning 2-1, and of course Everton play Tottenham Hotspur as well in the 5th round, and that will be one of our ties for possible consideration for commentary coverage. And we'll have the old firm there, we'll have Russ, we'll have Trevor, and we'll have myself on at least 3 or 4 of the matches over that period as our comprehensive FA Cup coverage continues here all the way to Wembley here on JB Sports. But in the Premier League, it's Burnley 0, Aston Villa 1, 0-0 in the game that Russ is watching at the moment. But signs are looking good for Thomas Tuchel and his Chelsea side. But at the moment, Villa going forward, and they've got a good ball through here to Watkins, and what a good tackle that was. Matt Lowton, that's what I want to see more of him now, and that's a good ball played over towards Wood. Just drifted out to the right slightly. Now then, can Westwood measure up a good cross? He can, but Mings was back there for Villa. Burnley need to get the equaliser straight away, I feel, because it was James Tarkowski's actual fact that made the challenge. And in fact, he's picked up a yellow card, Tarkowski. I don't know what he's picked up a yellow card for. I don't know where Paul Tierney's got that one from. Well, Ismail Watkins, that's what's happened there. And I think that's a bit harsh. I know it's a late tackle, but there's only 23 minutes gone. I think that's a harsh decision. Come on, get a grip, Tierney. No, and that's a nothing sort of challenge. I'm sorry, but poor Tierney is not having one of his better games tonight. It's got to be said. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section as well. And there's been a chance at Stamford Bridge for Wolves. Let's hear from it from Arben.
Cheers, JB, and it is a free kick for Wolves after Rudiger had fouled Podence on the edge of the penalty area with a glancing blow to his face. Free kick from around about 20 yards out, but Ruben Neves' free kick went just over the bar, as he looked like he was going to be heading in for one stage, but just put a bit too much height on it and it went over the bar. There's a Wolves player down at the moment. Now I'm not sure who that player is down at the moment. I think is Podence, who's just gone down in this moment in time. Podence is down on the floor receiving some treatment after a challenge from Thiago Silva. Player's being stopped as it looks like it could be an head injury, but he's receiving treatment for a knee injury, so it must have got knocked to his head as well. Still goalless at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0, 24 minutes gone.
And concern there for Thomas Tuchel then. Wolves having a real chance there, but concern of course down there for Daniel Providence, and let's hope he's okay. Right, Burnley have got a free kick for offside. Well, we were away for a good 60 seconds. Nick Pope to take it. 1-0 down. Ollie Watkins on 13 minutes. Pope slips as he takes the free kick, but could find Wood, but just doesn't have the legs on that clearance. But here's Ross Barkley for Aston Villa. Long ball looking towards Watkins, but Lowton covers across and Ben Mee does well. And Watkins, of course, is no slouch. He's a very pacey striker. And it was a player that Burnley tried to sign in the summer, but Mike Garlick and his pathetic transfer policy stood in the way of him coming to Burnley, and he would have been a player that would have suited Burnley as well. Knockdowns from Wood to Watkins. Just thinking of the goals we could have had, Burnley could have had this season, but as it is, it's 1-0 to Villa, and there goes the free kick out to the far side, and Peters has got to be a bit more tighter, I feel. Not good defending this from Burnley. McNeil's now coming to help him, and well, they get away with it there, the Clarets. And this is where we need Charlie Taylor back. Peters just offers nothing, and Konsa's gone down there, and Tierney's giving it the other way to Aston Villa. And I think he's been a bit Villa biased in one or two of the decisions. I don't think there was much in it. I think Konsa's cummed him a little bit there. I don't even think that was a Villa ball, to be honest. 25 gone, Burnley 0. Aston Villa 1. The free kick for Villa, which they didn't really deserve to get there on the replay. It looked a very tough decision against Burnley, and the referee once again making one or two iffy decisions again. 0-0, 1-0, 0-0 elsewhere. The other games kicking off at 8:15, and the Brighton game at the Amex kicks off around about 7:30 in UK time, and we'll be all praying for a Brighton victory there, because Fulham, if they win, they'll move back into contention at the bottom of the table. So we could do with a Brighton win tonight. Anyway, here's Brownhill. Brownhill tried the shot, blocked away by Douglas Luiz. It was a good block by the Villa defensive midfielder. Now Barkley has it, finds Cash. He's had a good match so far, Matty Cash. I've been very impressed. And look at him down that side. Peters was drawn into it, and that was poor defending. And now Burnley are left lopsided at the back once again. But Peters and Brady get back, McNeil, get back there. They were both drawn into the run of Cash, and he just went right through them. Speedy Gonzalez sort of style there. Burnley 0, Aston Villa 1 at Turf Moor. It's not such a happy place for the Clarets thus far. And oh, that looks a terrible decision. Barkley's gone down far too easy. It looked as if McNeil, for me, had got the ball. Absolute disgraceful decision from the referee there. Nothing in that at all. And poor Tierney's having a shocker. Free kick to Aston Villa. Poor Tierney, I'm afraid he's having a real shock out there tonight. He really is. Not one of his better performances, I've got to be honest. He didn't have a good game in the last Premier League match he refereed. That was between Liverpool and Manchester United. He gave one or two iffy decisions in that one at Anfield as well. But it's still 1-0 to Aston Villa, 0-0 elsewhere. Down at Stamford Bridge. We will bring you goal action if we get it. Here's a chance here for Grealish on the turn on the edge of the area, and well held by Nick Pope. His handling wasn't so suspect that time. He's got Brady on his way. He's only got two to his left. Now a long ball looking towards McNeil, and McNeil might get there, but it's well, he's got there, and he's won the throw in off Barkley. Done really well there, Dwight McNeil. Didn't give up that lost cause there. And Burnley are now in possession from the throw-in. Long ball in towards Rodriguez, and it's so predictable at the moment. The longer this goes on, you've got Matty Vidra there. I felt should start. He offers something a little bit different. He may be devoid of confidence and all that jazz, but it's well, it's not been a. It's been a good watch from the neutral. Not so if you're a Burnley fan, but I have to say my frustration of the game as a whole has been, some of the decisions from the referee have been suspect. But here's Watkins. Push touch was a little heavy, so he's had to go backwards. And here's Mr. Grealish onto the area, and the chance here for number 2, and it's wide from Traore with the left foot, and into the Jimmy McIlroy stand for a goal kick to Burnley. But Aston Villa, they are such, let's take nothing away from them, they are such a lightning fast counter-attacking side. When they're on the counter-attack, I don't think there's anybody quicker or more efficient in the Premier League to get from one end of the field to the other than Aston Villa at the moment. And Traore should have really wrapped his foot, if he wrapped his body around it another half an inch maybe, we might have been looking at 2-0 to Aston Villa. It has been so frustrating if you're a Burnley fan. They had a very good, encouraging start, to the match, plus 10, 15, 12 minutes, and then Villa scored the goal, albeit against the run of the play, but then seemed to grow in confidence. Burnley have had a little spell, but they need to snap out of their bad spell and get back into this now, because Aston Villa are there. They are there for the taking. They're not watertight defensively, Villa. That's the one thing we can sort of say about it, as Mings-Hooks hit a bit of a up and under in rugby league circles, and the ball out of play with half an hour of this first half elapsed. Let's see how we'll go to Chelsea in just a second. We've got Burnley have got a throw in, and it's deep inside Villa territory. Live commentary of Villa's away match at Burnley, and we've got updates at Stamford Bridge. So 2 matches being covered in the one night here on JB Sports at the same time. Another JB first for us tonight, but at the moment just a 1 goal yielding, and that's the goal scored in this match by Ollie Watkins for Aston Villa. Ball laid over the top. That's going to surely run out of play for a goal kick. Let's cross the Stamford Bridge on cue and join Harvey and see how and get his assessment on the first half an hour of Chelsea against Wolves.
Thanks, JB. Chelsea 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0 is the scoreline. Chelsea have gone close, just a few moments to go as well. Across from the right-hand side, it was half a chance. He fell to Chilwell on the volley, and he fired it just wide of the post. He shinned it wide, in fact, from looking at the replay. Chelsea still the better side, yet to find the breakthrough. As I said before, Thomas Tuchel will be happy with the start from his side here at Stamford Bridge, but he is yet to see an opening goal from his side. It's Chelsea 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0, 32 minutes on the clock.
Thanks, Russ. And back here at Turf Moor, Burnley had an opportunity to cross in from the right hand side, but Villa comfortably got it away. And it's been, frankly, since the goal, Burnley have been pretty disappointing, really, to be quite honest with you. It has been a little bit powder puff. It has been a bit predictable. I don't think there's much doubt about that. It's been easy for the Villa defence thus far, and something has to change. Just to remind you of the substitutions, I'll just peel off for a second, because we've got Traore making a good break, and Watkins is there on the far side. Watkins' cross hits Peters and goes for a corner. Peacock, Fellow, Cork, Goodmanson, Stevens, Barnsley, Long, Dunn and Benson and Vidra are the substitutions for Burnley. And Eaton, Taylor, Trezeguet, Makamba, Al Ghazi, Engels, Al Mohammadi, Davis and Ramsey are the Villa subs as well, should Dean Smith want to freshen things up. Villa have won their second quarter of the game. Burnley have yet to have one yet. Shows how disappointing as a whole their performance has been in the first half. Burnley 0, Aston Villa 1 here at Turf Moor. Usually such a fortress here, but not so this evening. Here's the cross into the penalty area, and Matt Cash came flying in there unmarked, and if he had made better contact it could have been 2. And Burnley scrambled away as Traore's leaping on the scene, but they're still forward again, and they're looking to go forward well here. Grealish and with Barkley this time, right hand side. Cash is on the overlap, still Barkley here now for Aston Villa, 1 goal ahead, on loan from Chelsea incidentally. There's the of all ironies as the cross comes in. It's easy going by Pope, who hits it long, looking into no man's land. What sort of a kick was that? What sort of a kick was that from Pope? Now referee Tierney is pulling up Watkins. I wonder what he's pulling up Watkins for. Was he trying to impede the goalkeeper maybe? I just don't like it when referees try and get involved with something that's got. Let's just let the game flow, for heaven's sake, Tierney. It's bad enough you're giving the majority of decisions to one team, but it's bad enough when you're not letting the game flow. Alright, it's a Burnley 3 kick, but that's not the point. Anyway, 3 kick to be taken by Pope. What happened to referees using their discretion of the rules? It just amazes me that the football bodies would do their best to make it a non-contact sport. Another cheap free kick. Tarkowski on Watkins. I didn't think there was anything in that either. Mr. Tierney is Oh, for heaven's sake. That's not a foul. Oh, God bless you. Honestly, that is... I'm sorry, Mr. Tierney, you're having a shocker. 10 minutes to half-time. Burnley 0, Aston Villa 1. No goals in the game but at Stamford Bridge, but as soon as we get one, we'll bring it to you live. Now Eric Peters out and set 2 there, and the referee here is not winning anybody, friends with anyone. Sean Dyche is fuming with him. He's had a shocker, Paul Tierney. He's had a shocker. Absolute shocker, Paul Tierney he's had. How is that a Villa throw-in? I will not... Well, I don't know what to think of this referee right now. He's having a word with Sean Dyche, and Sean Dyche giving him the 3rd degree, and no wonder. It's a throw-in to Burnley, at least after all of that, but crikey O'Reilly. Paul Tierney, who had a shocker at Anfield last week in that 0-0 between Manchester United, Liverpool and Manchester United. I'm afraid he's having an even bigger shocker tonight, and Sean Dyche is not impressed. And little wonder. That's the long ball not forward there. Looking towards the run of Wood, and off comes Martinez off limits and heads away. Sweeper keeper, throw it to Villa. Came off Eric Peters. As Jack Grealish takes the throw in for Aston Villa. He's certainly been at the whole of all the good things that Villa have done this evening. Ball stays in play and Rodriguez gets a good footing there. Burnley now need to stay patient, stay in the game, not get too frustrated. Brady winning the header, finding Brownhill rather. Now Brady touch back to Brownhill, bowling not the best, I'm afraid. And then Westwood trying a speculative shot from something like 40 yards, which was never troubling the goal scorers, let alone the goal. And the goal kick to Aston Villa. I'm just looking at the man who's got the goal. It's a great finish. It was a cute finish from Ali Watkins, it's got to be said. No arguments about the goal. Plenty you could argue about Burnley's defending. Was Lowton too slow? Was he too drawn to Grealish? Well, there'll be questions asked by Shaw in the dressing room. Similar sort of defending to the goal that West Ham got a couple of weeks ago. Burnley's lost 5, loss, win, 2 losses and a win. An unexpected one against Liverpool at Anfield, but at Turf Moor it's a different story. Villa's last part has been a bit of a better story. 1 drawn, 2 losses and a win. Of course they've had not too many games because of the COVID-19 outbreak, which saw a number of their matches postponed. Keep commenting in the comment section, keep your comments clean. And so Wood is off in pursuit here against the defender Konza, and well, he gets his team a throw. Konza's not too impressed with Martinez there. Felt he should have been backing him up for a clearance away. Burnley have got themselves a throw in here in a very promising position. Oh, they go backwards again. Why are they going backwards? They need to go forwards. Burnley need to start playing with some urgency. They're not doing so here. It's looking a little bit piled up at the moment, but here's Westwood to Brady. Can Burnley get themselves an equaliser? Brady turns, Brady gets the shot off, and it's a poor shot from the right foot from Robbie Brady, and it goes over the top for a goal kick, and sums up a frustrating first 38 minutes here at the Turf for Sean Dyche's men. It was lovely, won it well there, Chris Wood. And Brady looking to go for goal, and we're going to cross now to Stamford Bridge because there's been a chance for Chelsea. Here's RV.
Cheers, JB. A free kick from the left-hand side from Hakim Ziyech was whipped into the back post. Rudiger rose the ice above all the Wolves' defence, who have kept their share well, and ended over the bar. Well, ended into the arms of Patricio. Down on the other end right now, as you join me, Neto's put the ball in, and then Donker's just headed over for Wolves, and that was a chance. 2 chances in one there, brought to you live, which led Donker on. Lovely ball down the line, and then a lovely crossing, and then Donker really should have done better, and really should have tested Mendy there, but it's Chelsea 0, Wolves 0. 40 minutes gone here at Stamford Bridge.
Thank you, Harvey. And we've got a free kick here going against is it Westwood? Taking out Matt Targett there. A free kick I think has been given Aston Villa's way. But anyway, here's McGinn on the ball. Villa leading by a goal to 0. 0-0, as you've just heard there. We'll be crossing to Rossborough. Oh, and there's a chance now. It could be trouble. It could be trouble. Ben Mead's coming back, and it's Watkins. And the goalkeeper half saves it, and he's bounced off the bar on the rebound from Barkley. And Burnley were all over the place in the back there. And they're still on now because Traore's cutting in from the right. Lane defending from Peters. They're all over the place at the moment, Burnley. Grealish has possession. Can Brady stop him? It's a corner. Oh my word. Burnley are all over the show. And Watkins should and could have made it 2-0 to Villa. Here it is again. Absolute lackadaisical defending from the Clarets. But me just did enough to put him off. Pope makes a magnificent save, but Barkley should score for me there. With his left foot, he hits the bar. And Burnley, for the moment anyway, have had a let-off. And here goes the corner, short there to Grealish. They're looking to use Grealish as much as they possibly can, of course. Here's Barkley again for Villa. And Barkley now looking to ram home the advantage here for Villa. And Grealish has got round the back. Grealish is crossed and they've all missed it. And it could be 2-0. There's a block in there. There's a save by Pope. And Burnley still all over the place in the back. They're not defending well enough. And Nick Pope, for the grace of God, is keeping the Clarets in this. This is awful defending. They allowed a ball in from Grealish to go all the way through. It was poor defending. Good defending firstly from me, but the Burnley defenders should have been quicker on the uptake. Corner kick. Pressure on. Not a good corner this time, headed away by Brady. How on earth did Burnley survive that? Heaven only knows. Here comes the free kick played in there, or rather the ball played into the penalty area, or the cross I should say, from Traore, who could have had the 2 goals conceivably tonight. What are Burnley doing? And they've got Ben Mee and Nick Pope to thank for this. There's the reasons, and that's just 2 reasons why they're not 2, maybe 3-0 down. Disgraceful defending all over the place at the back. It has been a horror show, and to have only conceded the 1, well, it's a miracle really, quite honestly. There should have been 2, maybe 3-0 up in truth, and I'm not exaggerating on that fact. Here's Martinez for Aston Villa, leading 1-0. 2 minutes to hard time, and we'll be. Well, they played well this season. Let's not make any bones about that. I mean, we've seen them demolish bigger teams. I mean, Liverpool 7-2. It was a game we covered. But they do boil out and cold Villa, but they're a good side. They demolished Newcastle, of course. With Jack Grealish, anything can happen. Hello, Mike. Nice to have you with us. 90 seconds of the first period to go of the first half, and oh my word! Again, how open was that? Target shoots, and it's oh my word! That was awful defending again from the Clarets. Wide open there. And now Wood, and then Wood gives it away. Stupid play from Burnley. They're giving it away too much, and then Traore goes down as if it's been shot. Eric Peters is the offender, and Villa are tearing Burnley to shreds. And how they're not one more than 1-0 up is a complete understatement. That is silly from Peters. Absolutely pathetic. Burnley are having a shocker here in this first half. Pope again with the save, but the danger not over yet for the Clarets. 45 minutes of real horror show defending. How is it only 1? I have no idea. Ollie Watkins the score of the only goal, but Matt Targett there in an instant should have made it 2. And where were Burnley and all of that? Sean Dyche has to roll a head or 2 in that changing room at half time. It's a free kick on the edge of the area, right of centre. Just outside the box. Oh, absolutely, Mike. Absolutely, and there's a three-man committee. Grealish, Barkley and Traore, and all three of those players could have easily had goals themselves tonight. We're playing stoppage time at the end of the first half, and it's Traore, it's over the bar. But you've got to ask yourself the question, how are they not more than a one goal up? Well, only Aston Villa can tell you that. So we're playing the 100 minutes. As soon as we're finished at half time, we'll cross over for a little half time report from Stamford Bridge, where it's still 0-0 currently between Chelsea and Wolves. Thomas Tuchel's first game, and then after we've finished there, and I've wrapped up a little thing there here at Turf Moor, we'll have a 10-minute break. Oh my goodness, I'll need 10 minutes to calm down on what I've witnessed here tonight. Villa's definitely the better side, there's no doubt about that. I don't think there's much argument there. Paul Tierney hasn't had a good game, but neither have Burnley, more importantly. Defending shocking, attackers look jaded, and it's just been that sort of a night. We played the 1 minute as Pope kicks clear, and there goes the half-time whistle. So plenty for Sean Dyche to ponder. Paul Tierney has had a poor match by his standards, but really, in truth, Burnley should be at least 3 or 4 down. The only goal scored in the 13th minute by Ollie Watkins gives Aston Villa the lead at half-time, 14th minute to be exact. Let's just cross to Stamford Bridge for the last few seconds, and RV.
Thank you, JB. You join me as Wolves win a throw into 3 minutes of stoppage time here at Stamford Bridge. And now Chelsea will come forward here. And Chelsea are finishing the off very strongly as they started as well here now. As Rudiger in to Kovacic and forward it goes. Kai Havertz on possession now for Chelsea. Back into Kovacic. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0. Go about a minute left of the 3 added on. Chelsea with the better of the 2 chances in the first half from both sides here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0 if you've just joined us. Chelsea coming forward. Chelsea a lot of possession and chances, just can't find the elusive breakthrough just yet. As Hudson-Odoi into Giroud. Now Hakim Ziyech with a lovely cross in, is headed away by volley from Havertz. Now Chilwell can't get the ball back in Chelsea. Our advantage after a foul by Neto on Kovacic. But Andy Medley lets the play continue. Last final 30 seconds. And now Havertz down the line looking for Giroud. Penalty triggers out, and that should be that. I would imagine about 20 seconds left of injury time, and Chelsea have been the better side in this first half. A lot of the chances, well, the pressure as well. Just can't find the elusive breakthrough, as I mentioned. Wolves went close a few times as well, let me tell you. Neves fired a shot from a free kick just over, and then Donker headed over as well. Chelsea with the better of the chances. We've played over the 3 minutes now. Should be a whistle any second right now as Patricio takes his goal kick. Half-time whistle has gone. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0. Chelsea better in the best side in the first half. And Thomas Tuchel will be the happier of the 2 side managers at the break. It's Chelsea 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0 at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, a little bit of bonus commentary there from Harvey as we finished a little bit earlier than he did. So as he takes his half-time cup of tea, I've got to now calm down, because from what I've seen from Burnley, it's been pathetic. First 45 minutes all over the show, and Villa easily could. How they're not winning by 3 or 4-0 is a complete utter mystery. Only Inspector Morse would really work that one out. But there you go. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and then we'll be back with the second half. Second half commentary. There's plus updates from Stamford Bridge, where it's half-time 0-0, but at half-time here at Turf Moor, Burnley 0, Aston Villa 1, and we'll be back in 10 minutes time, Russ and myself. Till then, keep yourself entertained and stay with us. Well, welcome back to Turf Moor, where Aston Villa, who lead by a goal to nil, and in truth should be leading by more, are just about to enter the fray. We're still waiting on Burnley to come out for the second half, but that performance from the Claret, it's got to be said, was nothing short of absolute pathetic. If it wasn't for Nick Pope making save after save, and then it could be a cricket score for Aston Villa. They're absolutely loving life. There's a big smile on Jack Grealish's face, and no wonder. His team do deserve now, on the balance of play, to be a goal ahead. And I wonder if Sean Dyche will have made any changes at half time. I really do hope he brings on Matty Vidra at some point, earlier, sooner rather than later. And of course we'll keep you up to date with events at Stamford Bridge, with Russ as well. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure he's not one to mess with, not one to mess about there as well. Sean Dyche, if he'd have taken on Jurgen Klopp last week, he would have beaten him. Now Burnley, looks like it's going to be. He's going to trust them for at least 15 minutes of the second half. They're not. They look like they've had a bit of a riot act done to them there, and if they have, then I'm not surprised. But no, apart from Nick Pope, the only one that comes out of any credit with me from a Burnley point of view is Nick Pope, the goalkeeper, and maybe to a certain extent Ben Mee. But there needs to be more leadership shown as well from Ben Mee as well. I think that's a criticism I've had really of Ben Mee for a little while as well. But well, we'll have to see how that second half pans out. We'll get an early progress report from Russ as soon as we get the first break in play here in the second half. It's Aston Villa in the white shirts to kick off, really taking the fight to Burnley and doing it very well, it's got to be said. As pathetic Burnley have been, you've got to say Villa on the counter-attack were lightning quick. And Sean Dyche has actually jogged more in 10 seconds than half the Burnley team did in the first 45. In fact, there is a half-time substitution. Jack Cork is now on. Jack Cork, he was so instrumental in assisting on one or two of the goals at Fulham on Sunday in the Cup. He's come on, so there is a half-time substitution. But we'll just have to see how that pans out. So we'll get that confirmed who's gone off. I'm guessing it's possibly... I'm just trying to make out the tell. It might be... Is it Westwood or Brownhill? It's neither one or the two. But Jack Cork's definitely on at the start of the second half. Burnley 0, Aston Villa 1. 22 seconds into the game, and we'll be crossing to Stamford Bridge where nearly 6. Yeah, Josh Brownhill. Yeah, I thought it might be Brownhill. I was just looking around to see if there was a number 8 there, and it's obviously Brownhill. It's Bird the brunt of Sean Dyche's utter frustration here at the turf. So what could Burnley do in the second half? Villa should be at least 2 or 3 up, and I'm not exaggerating the truth, by the way. Rodriguez has won the ball fairly, hips it forward. Wood gets his first Cork gets his first touch. The ball's out of play, and it will be a Burnley throw-in, I think. Or is it a Villa throw? I think it's a Villa throw, actually. Well, he looks a man full of thunder, Sean Dyche. I don't think there's any doubt about that, as Cork wins another good tackle there. That's encouraging to see. A substitute getting in there straight away. Tarkowski concedes the throw-in, and still in line with the 18-yard box of Burnley to Aston Villa. Always worries me when Burnley have to be pinned back into their own half. I think Cash has had a good match so far. Man of the match, we'll be asking you to pick a man of the match for tonight's match. Around about from less than 14 minutes from now, we'll open the votes for that. So let's just double confirm all that in a second or two when we get an opportunity to here, as Rodriguez goes forward, finds McNeil. McNeil just getting it called under his feet, but he's won his team a throw-in, however. So this is our Burnley line-up now. That one change, off comes around now, on comes Cork. So Pope in goal, Lowton, Tarkowski, Mian Peters need to have better games, I believe, in the second half. Then it's Brady, Westwood, Cork and McNeil, with Rodriguez and Wood up top. As for Villa, unchanged from the first half: Martinez, Cash, Konza, Mings, Target, Louise, McGinn, Traore, Barkley, Grealish, and the goal scorer on 14 minutes, Ollie Watkins as well. So one ball forward, knocked there towards the front line of Burnley. McNeil keeps it going, goes back to me to get it forward. That's a good ball, but it's just too long for Jay Rodriguez. Martinez quickly out of his goal. And we're crossing over to RV. Well, they'll be starting the second half, so we'll give it 5 minutes of the second half and then get some early exchanges from the second half at Stamford Bridge. I'll come to Mike's comment in a minute as Tarkowski heads the ball clear. He's out with an injury at the moment. That's why he's not in the 18 this evening, Mike. He picked up a bit of a knock since Thursday, and John Dyche has said he's not okay, not good enough, fit enough to start the game or even get into the squad. Matej Vydra, of course, is the only recognised striker amongst the Burnley subs bench. That's the reason why. There's no doubt when Burnley's squad are fully fit, they are a good outfit, but at the moment they're looking anything but that strong Joe we saw at Anfield on Thursday night. Here's Traore now with the cross towards Grealish, who's peeled away brilliantly on the far side. He's such a clever player. The shot comes in and it's a good save from Pope. From tonight, John McGinn. Let's get over to Stamford Bridge with I think there's probably had one or two opening jousts there by now. Let's cross to RV for what's been happening at the opening exchanges of the second half there.
Thank you, JB. Second half just underway as we've just made a half-time substitution. Kane Oiver has come on for Atanuri at half-time. As soon as he puts the ball across the face of the goal for Chelsea, and just behind Kai Havertz, we've got a nudge in the bad there. Referee has said a goal kick, I think. Let's just watch this replay here. Semedo looks like he pushed him in behind, pushed Havertz there, but the referee has not given anything there, I don't think, other than a goal kick to Wolves, and which he did. But Mendy's going back now. Started the second half, only a minute's hold here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0.
Well, it looks as if it's all happening there at Stamford Bridge. Meanwhile, while we're off area, Traore's just blazed one into the cricket field stand. And Burnley again, 6s and 7s at the back. They haven't learnt their lessons, obviously, from the first half, of course, but it remains 1-0 and they're still in the game. But a little bit of a possible penalty controversy down at Stamford Bridge by the looks of it there that Russ was describing. A little bit unsure there, but it's hard to tell. I've not got any feeds of the Chelsea game, so I'm going off Russ's word of mouth there. Anyway, yeah, it goes without saying, Russ wants to know how you're going with the updates. Don't forget to keep commenting, guys, and they've got the JB man of the match to come in the second half. Right, Burnley have got a corner here, won by Chris Wood. Nice little battle royale between him and Tyrone Mings, and it clearly comes off the Villa man blast. So can Burnley make it pay with the first corner of the match? That's their first one. Villa have had 4 of them and could have scored conceivably from one of them. Oh, it's a goal from Ben Mee, darting in at the back post. What a start to the second half for Burnley. They've come out firing on all cylinders. A brilliant corner there from Ashley Westwood. That's what we used to see week in, week out from Ashley Westwood. We certainly saw a lot of that, certainly last season. And Ben Mee, once again, doing what he did against Sheffield United here when they won by a goal to 0 here a few weeks back. Doing what he did best there, heading the ball into the left-hand corner of the net. And Burnley have made Villa pay for all those missed chances. That's more like it. And the captain sets a captain's example and scores a captain's goal. Burnley 1, Aston Villa 1. It's game on again at Turf Moor. Good header. Brilliant header from Ben Mee. And just what was needed to get Burnley into the game. And they've done just that. And I think Jack Cork's made a bit of a difference in the midfield as well. He's looking very good. He's got 1 or 2 good tackles in there. And all of a sudden it's been very difficult for Villa's midfield Maybe it was a bit easy when Brownhill was playing, but let's face it, Ben Mee came in round the back on track. Dean Smith will be worried about the defending there. And both goals, incidentally, are certainly preventable goals, really. And, well, Sean Dyche wanted a reaction. He's certainly got it. And it's 1-1. And here go Aston Villa, meanwhile, with Traore. He's missed a few of those sitters already. Traore shoots, but it's straight into the arms of Nick Pope. It might have been going wide. And then Pope, oh, my goodness me, that was awful. He's thrown it with too much ferocity there, Nick Pope. And I think there's probably a case for why he's not England's number one in that respect. His distribution, I do think, needs a bit of a working on there. But never mind. Burnley are back in business, and we're at 1-1. And Westwood showing his quality from corners. That was the first corner Burnley have had in the entire match, and they've made it pay. As the header comes in again, looking towards Rodriguez. He got 2 against Fulham in the Cup, FA Cup on Sunday. Here's McNeil. Oh, he's taking on all comers. Just overran the ball, but that was better from Dwight McNeil. That's the Dwight McNeil we all know from a couple of years ago when he first broke into the side. Remember those games against West Ham and Huddersfield? But in doing so, he's collided with somebody and he's injured himself. Now, this would be a huge blow if McNeil was to leave the game here. Now, conceivably, Burnley cannot afford any more injuries. Let's just hope it's just a knock and no more. But Ben Mee showing a captain's example here. Here comes the corner. And nobody tracks the run of Ben Mee at all. Static Villa defending. And Burnley, who really should have been who should have been put out of sight by Villa at half-time, let's be frank, have made Villa pay for all those missed chances and are level. Absolutely, and really it's been a game of 2 halves so far. Here's Brady now, ready in a bit of space, thought about the shot, tried to lay it back to court, wasn't probably the best option, too little too late in the end. But Burnley now getting into some more menacing positions. We'll be going over to Stamford Bridge shortly for another progress report on the Thomas Tuchel's first match in charge of Chelsea. As soon as we get a huge breaking play, a goal kick or a throw in someone's own half or something like that. 10 minutes gone in the second half, 1 apiece. Russ is still waiting for a goal in his match at Stamford Bridge, and as soon as we get a breaking play, we will go over to West London to JB Sports' most coveted Yorkshireman. Anyway, here's Robbie Brady winning possession inside the penalty area. Brady now needs support. He was a little isolated. Lowton with a cross. He's hit it. Oh, well, badly overhit there, but McNeil will have to work a miracle to keep this one alive. Can he do it? He's taking him on here. He's knocked it back for Peters. Peters' cross, a little bit too deep maybe. And Villa managed to get it away to some amount of safety, but Tarkowski's back header only falls into the path of Watkins. And now Grealish has it on the far side, the left-hand side, and he runs at Tarkowski, and Tarkowski makes a very good challenge at all. Well, so you've missed 2 goals, 1 in the first half from Aston Villa after 14 from Ollie Watkins, and you've just missed a Ben Mee header at the far post to make it 1-1, but you can watch back a bit later on. And we've also got Russ at Stamford Bridge bringing us updates. And we'll be going there in just a second or two. But before we do, we've got to see how the Villa attack here with Grealish and Ross Barkley now. Edge of the area. 25 from goal. Chip in there. Well, read there the header from Ben Mee. Had to read that superbly. Burnley get possession, but have conceded a 3 kick. Douglas Luiz, the man foul. Still 1-1 here at the turf. Let's see what happened here. Cork involved. Slight push, but I don't think it was warranting a free kick. I hate it when the referees give free kicks for minimal contact on players like Douglas Luiz. It just boggles the mind. The way the lawmakers make it, they'll make it a non-contact sport at some point. Villa get a throw. We're still delaying. We're going to have to delay Russ for a second or two because Villa aren't finished yet by any means. And there's going to be a substitution for Burnley here. And we're going to see Johan Berg Gudmundsson come on. I wonder if he'll replace Brady. And here is Barkley now. Oh, he's giving it straight to Chris Wood. That was a silly thing to do from him. And now a chance here for Burnley to break here. Brady through the middle. He's got Westwood, and here Cole making a good run down the left-hand side. He's got 3 in the middle. Back to McNeil. McNeil's cross is a bit deep. It'll come for Brady. Oh, and it comes to, and the header drops in the end to Jack Grealish. But Burnley then in Harrison win possession back. That was good. Harrison did play football there from Burnley. Harris their opponents and did really well. Still 1-1 here at the Turf. We haven't had a chance to go to rush yet because it's been a bit of an end-to-end sort of second half. Here's Dwight McNeil now. McNeil running past 2 players. Inside the centre circle he goes, but then he couldn't beat the Oldcom, and then couldn't beat the third Oldcom, and then as the ball was clear, Eric Peters was on hand to get it away. Much better second half this from the Clarets. Poor in the first half, but certainly a marked contrast and a marked improvement in the second as the ball favours Martinez in the Villa goal. And still we go on. 58.5 minutes gone. And in a few moments we'll get Russ's views and of course tell you about JB Man of the Match. We'll tell you it now. Name of the player you want to see win. Hashtag it with JBMLTM. That's all you've got to do. Here's Grealish on the ball for Aston Villa. Played a part in the goal scored by Watkins. Burnley 1, Aston Villa 1. Could be a priceless point. Would take them to 20 points, the Clarets. Westwood now gets the ball forward. Looking towards Chris Wood. Mings has read the long ball very well. Rodriguez harrying now against Luis, and I thought that looked a pathetic. Oh, that's pathetic from the referee. I didn't think Jay Rodriguez did anything wrong. Free kick to Aston Villa. And let's cross over now to what's been happening in the opening quarter of an hour as Matty Vidra comes on, or Robert Brady comes on to be replaced by Gudmundsson. Let's go to RV for a quick update on the opening quarter of an hour at Chelsea.
Thank you, JB. And about 5 minutes ago now, Chelsea, Jorginho gave away a free kick for Wolves, and Pedro Neto did a petulant shove on Jorginho right on his chest and picked up the game's first yellow card, and he shouldn't have really done that, to be fair, because free kick had already been given, and he went looking for a reaction, and he went looking to try and cause a bit of problems, and he got picked up a yellow card. Correct decision by Andy Madley, and Wolves and Chelsea have started the brighter of the two sides still, but Wolves having a bit of possession at this moment in time, and Semedo has moved across to right back since Oliver came on at half time, or left wing back should I say. But on 57 minutes here at Stamford Bridge, it's Chelsea 0, Wolves 0 on JB Sports.
Thanks, Russ. Back here live on JB Sports. It's 1-1. Man of the match voting is now open because we've had just over an hour here in this one. Chelsea just a little bit behind, obviously, because they had a bit more stoppage time at the end of the first half than we did here. And at the moment it's down to 1-1, and the man of the match is for the Burnley match only. Okay, so it's either going to be a Villa player or a Burnley player or an Aston Villa player. Name of the player you want to see win our man of the match award, and you have to hashtag it with JBMOTM for the vote to count. So it's in this commentary game alone where the man of the match, the updated game, we don't vote on it. But at the moment it's still 1-1 here. Pope had to play a little bit of sweeper keeper while we were away for a second. Anyway, Villa are on the attack here with Cash into Traore. Traore back to Douglas Luiz, who's conned the referee a couple of times, winning 3 kicks. The ball is out of place, deep inside Burnley territory, far side. Here's Target, who should have scored should have scored for Villa in the first half. His cross is well intercepted by Nick Pope, who just takes a little bit of heat off the situation. So we've got Gudmundsson on. Burnley have made 2 of their 3 allotted changes. They've still got left Stevens, Peacock, Farrell Bardsley, Long, Dunn, Benson and Vidra. Those are the substitutions that Burnley have got left to play with. As I'll just write Vidra in my substitutes column, which I didn't do. Vidra incidentally wears number 27. Burnley have got themselves a free kick though, just inside their own, and inside the Villa half, inside the centre circle. Ball whipped into the area. Here's Dwight McNeil, and he has a good run at Traore, and Traore sort of pulling him back a little bit there on his shirt. First cross was blocked. He gets the second one in okay. Martinez up amongst the big men, Chris Wood being one of them, and catches it well. And now here come Villa, and now Talisman and Jack Grealish now charging through, and Burnley looking to Tarkowski can't afford to bring his man down, and Grealish shoots, and it's straight at Nick Pope, who palms it away. End-to-end stuff here. Danger now for Burnley. They've had a save from Pope. Here's Cash, right hand side. Cash is cross in there. It breaks Peters just about. It clears away for a throw in. Oh my word, what a good bit of play from Jack Grealish that was. Here's the throw, taking from Cash to Barkley, right hand side. And Traore, Cash, back to Barkley again. Back to Matty Cash. Cash's cross, it's a low one, turned away by Ben Mee, but only as far as Traore. Traore now, Cash again on the overlap, in space. But Rodriguez is back there to deny him any more space. The ball is hit too deep, and not even the brilliant Jack Grealish can keep that one in. And Burnley get a throw in on the far side. This is Grealish again, picked it up from halfway. And there may have been half an into an handball, but still, what a run this was. And Nick Pope had to be on his guard there. The Burnley defence were just split wide open. Tarkowski couldn't really afford to bring him down at this point. And Jack Cork not doing enough merely to barge him off, but he couldn't again afford to give a penalty away. But Burnley survived, that's the important thing. Burnley 1, Aston Villa 1, no goals in the other game at Stamford Bridge. Don't forget, man of the match, name of the player you want to see win it, and then you hashtag it JBMLTM. Get your thinking caps on, put it in the live comment section if you can. One apiece here at the Turf. It was 1-1 last time we were here for a game against Everton, when Burnley took the lead and then were pegged back by a controversial goal. It's been the opposite way this time. And still 25 minutes of this to go. And it's still very much in the balance. So is the other game at Stamford Bridge. We'll be crossing in around about 4 or 5 minutes time for another update from Ross Vernon. But at the moment we're sticking with the events here at the Turf up north. Burnley throw in, it falls for Cork. Ex-Chelsea man gets the ball looking towards Dwight McNeil. McNeil, it's a good ball in there, and Eric Peters has made a good run. Chance here for Burnley. Oh, what a save that is from Martinez. And that was the best of Burnley fashion, and it was Dwight McNeil at the hub of it, and here he is now down the left hand side. McNeil with a cross, and it just clears the crossbar. And it was Chris Wood who had the earlier effort, which was saved by Martinez. And it was so close to being 2-1 to Burnley at that point. McNeil chasing again at what looked a lost cause. It was a lovely ball in there to Peters. His cross back was superb. And if there was any criticism of Wood's finish there, it was probably too close to the goalkeeper. But then, here's the replay. Yeah, it looks as if it's too close to the goalkeeper for me. It's actually a good save, but maybe Martinez made it look better than the replay suggested. Man of the match comes from our reporter. He goes for Nick Pope as the man of the match. Nick Pope with the first vote for JB man of the match. Do you agree with Russ's judgment, or do you agree it's elsewhere? Name of the player, hashtag it JBMLTM. Burnley looking to chase this one down. Martinez out of his goal very quickly. Peters wins the next header. This game very much in the balance here as Barkley picks the ball up, drives towards the far side. 16 attempts Villa, 7 Burnley. As the ball comes into the penalty area, 3 on target for Burnley, 6 to Villa. Burnley throw. Let's cross to Stamford Bridge for the latest from Chelsea versus Wolves, and there's been a massive chance I hear, Russ.
Yes, there has, JB, and it come from Chelsea, who saw Havertz get down the left and in behind. He pulled the ball back into Ben Chilwell, but he leaned back and fired an effort over the top, and then a few moments later, Chilwell fired Traore, a late challenge on him, which doesn't go in the book. Still goalless though, JB.
Thanks, Russ, and it's still 1-1 here, and we've also got a man of the match vote. We'll bring you that in a second because we've got Grealish driving towards the area, and here's Douglas Luiz with the cross, and it's turned in from Grealish. Would you believe it? Oh, it's again Burnley caught out in the back. Douglas Luiz with the cross in from the left-hand side, and Jack Grealish has scored, and another pathetic Burnley defence again. And the Villa captain pulls it to 2-1. And you have to say, with all due respect, against the run of the play, definitely onside. No doubt about it. Peters, what's he doing? He should be coming out for the offside. That's poor defending from Eric Peters. He has to instead. And Jack Grealish with a super finish, but Eric Peters, hang your head in shame. Everyone else played out for the offside. He played everybody on, and Jack Grealish with the right foot punishes him from 6 yards out. It's an absolute defensive travesty. Villa back in the lead, but once again Eric Peters, what was he playing at? And Burnley, who had so much momentum having got the equaliser with 22 minutes to go, are back behind again. It's Burnley 1, Aston Villa 2. Oh my goodness. Eric Peters has got to take the blame for me. He played everybody on side, and the sooner the guy never plays for Burnley again, the better. That was pathetic. Burnley 1, Aston Villa 2. Grealish just scored for Villa. Anyway, back to the man in the match vote. I was going to say that. That was the first thing I was going to say when I came back from Russ. Ben Mee says Newcastle. Yeah, possibly. So 1 vote for Pope, 1 vote for me. And how crucial that save from Martinez at the other end to deny Wood as well. Oh, it's been an offside given there against Burnley there by Ian Houston. I don't think that was such a good decision. I mean, Peters goes out like the rest of them, then Luiz is clearly offside, but he stays back, and that's brainless as far as I'm concerned. That's awful, and Sean Dyche knows it. 20 minutes to go. Man of the match vote, name of the player, hashtag it JBMOTM, please. Oh, and Villa have won another cheap free kick, this time from Tarkowski. Another poor decision by the referee. Didn't look a foul to me. I think Watkins threw himself to the ground, it has to be said. Poor Tierney's had a poor game. Let's have a look again. Let's have a look at the replay. Silly niggling fouls like that we could just do without from the referee. Sue says, do you think Sean Dyche should substitute Eric Peters? Well, the answer for that will come in a minute. Pope takes the free kick, and he was certainly fouled there. The referee didn't even give anything. Oh my God, this referee's had a shocker. Just like the Burnley defence, he's had a shocker tonight, Tierney. Absolute shocker. Problem with that, Sue, is the other regular left back, who's Charlie Taylor, and he's not even in the 16. Or the 18 rather. So there's not much else that Sean Dyche can do. It's a threadbare squad at Burnley, as you can imagine. And, well, he's cost us a number of points again, and he might just cost us another 3 here. Just brainless. It's just basics of football. And Pope coming off limits, and it was surely fouled there by Ollie Watkins. The referee allowing it to go on. Burnley have been shocking tonight as a whole, but large parts of the game. But that didn't look like a handball from Rodriguez. And then what was that from Rodriguez? This just sums up the lethargicness of the Burnley performance. And I'm afraid that this display is just awful. I'm afraid it's not good enough. Sean Dyche knows it's surely not good enough, and surely it's time to get Matty Vydra on. Chris Wood knows he should be taking chances here. He's missed another glaring one at 1-1. If that goes in, it's a different ball game. And he hit it straight at the goalkeeper, and that has proved the difference. At least Grealish finished his with some authority. 2-1 to Villa. And it's been, quite frankly, a disappointing as a whole Claret's performance, really, apart from that 15-minute period of the second half where we looked absolutely live. We got the equaliser. Here's Traore now. This could be problems. And Watkins shoots with a good save from Pope, who's hardly put a foot wrong this evening despite being beaten twice. This is not a good result, and we've got to pray that Fulham get beaten here. I think Vydra, says Mike down on the touchline, he's going to come on in a few minutes. But he shouldn't be putting him on at 75 minutes, Mike. He should be putting him on at 60, 65 minutes. He's got very little game time to really pull this one back. And Burnley needs something a little bit different now, that is for sure. Waiting until 15 minutes from the end to replace a striker is just not good enough. Vydra needs a little bit longer than 15 minutes to change the course of a game. I've said it once in rant, and I've said it again here on commentary. It's just not good enough. Right, Burnley have a throw-in deep down in their own half. So let's just break over to what's been going on at Stamford Bridge with Russ.
Thank you, Jabin. Edouard Mendy has just played a stupid pass straight to Semedo, broke through into Neto, into Podence, back into Neto, and then Neto with him on, with Mendy off the line, tried chipping him, and he went over the bar in the end. Gone behind for a goal kick. Wolves just about to make another change right now. Podence from an offside position, he looked like, so he may not have counted flag on him from Neto, but good play from Wolves, their first real chance of the game. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0, 71 minutes gone here at Stamford Bridge.
Back live at Turf Moor. Here's Dwight McNeil, and the ball comes in. It's in! It's 2-2! And that goal does count for Dwight McNeil. Oh my goodness me! Burnley are back in business with a quarter of an hour left. And I haven't even had time to confirm the substitution that took place while we were off air. But who cares? Burnley are back level. Great fighting display this now. Dwight McNeil, the hero this time. He's certainly going to claim it. And the ball point in there. Did he get a touch there, the striker inside the area? Wood get a touch. Here's McNeil's ball in. I don't think he got a touch. Wood certainly went in there. Let's have a look. The crossing from the left. And no one going to touch. It's McNeil's goal, all right. 2-2. Wowee. What a game we've got ourselves here there. It went straight in. Dwight McNeil. A long overdue goal for him, and a bit lucky, perhaps, a bit streaky perhaps, but who cares? Burnley are back level. Oh, there's no danger of that, Sue. No danger of that. Right, substitution. Well, we were away at 2-1 to Villa. At that precise moment, we were just about to say that Matty Vydra has come on for Jay Rodriguez. Straight swap, but by the time we got back from Stamford Bridge, McNeil had put the ball in the net. It will be a point apiece, Sue, if it ends a draw. No extra time. It's a league game, a Premier League match. I know we've been doing a lot of cup matches, Sue, but this is a league match, and this is the only one of the week. No matches this weekend. We're all having a week off. We're all having a weekend off. We need to recuperate, but plenty of virtual football on Trevor Sports this weekend. We've got Sports Night tomorrow night, and then we've got the Arsenal Man United game our match of the day. That's coming up. Russ will be your commentator, by the way, tomorrow for Sports Night. I'll have a 5-minute cameo doing one of the other games. Meanwhile, here, we're not playing no cameos here on JB Sports tonight, because in our featured game we've got a 4-goal thriller, split 2-2, and 13 minutes with Burnley to now win it. Surely the ascendancy is in their court now. At the moment they're going to hit that 20-point mark. Watkins has been penalised on the far side. Oh, I hope you guys are enjoying it. Man of the match as well. We've got one vote here for Pope and for me. Who do you think's going to win it? Well, to find out, well, you need to, if you're going to vote for yourself or vote for someone completely different, maybe Jack Grealish, I don't know, but you've got about less than 13 minutes with stoppage time to make your selection. Name of the player, hashtag it with JBMLTM. We've got one vote for Pope from Russ. We've got one vote for Ben Mee from Newcaton. And here comes the free kick. It's rolled in there towards McNeil. McNeil takes it down on the left-hand side, the near side as we look, because we're all sat in the James Hargreaves stand. Back to Jack Cork, I should say. Cork gets a ball in there looking towards Wood. And Cork will battle with Traore, and he'll win that battle. And Cork does well, holds the play up, plays it sensibly back to Ben Mee, and Ben Mee gets a nice ball, and Vidrat's chasing it, and he's got behind Cash this time. He's held it up well. Now then, McNeil to put another ball into the area, looking for one. What's over? It's got in! It's got in! It's got in! Chris Wood has made it 3-2 to the Clarets! And what a dramatic game! We've got ourselves here at Turf Moor! Burnley were twice behind, but now we're in the lead! Chris Wood and Mr. Sitter in the second half has scored a magnificent header! And Burnley lead by 3 goals to 2! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! You could not write the script! Vidra with the cross! Or with the ball back to McNeil, and McNeil with a superb cross. And what about this for a header of pure genius from Chris Wood? Martinez never had a prayer. And Burnley may just steal the points, and what important points they could prove to be. We were talking about how good a point it could be from being twice behind as we look at the new Burnley chairman, Alan Pace. He must be flying off the seat of his pants inside, I'm sure. Jumping up and down inside. But what a turnaround. Oh, this is what football's about. 3 goals to 2 Burnley lead, and they lead for the first time in the game. I just wish this game would have a little bit more excitement in it. We'll be going across in a few moments to Ross for a progress report from Stamford Bridge, but I've certainly had all the excitement here at Turf Moor this evening. And Burnley are leading 3-2. Villa have a throw. Grealish and Lawton for a second or two, just having a little bit of a set to 2 former Villa teammates up against each other. Oh, dear me. And really, Villa, when they look back at this, they'll have lost it on the missed chances in the first half. They could have done enough to make it 3 or 4, to be quite honest. But there you go. But it looks as if Sean Dyche has put some sort of testosterone in their half-time cup of tea by the looks of it. Tarkowski is, because they've turned it around, something spectacular. And when we went 1-0 down and 2, when they went 1-0 down and 2-1 down, it looked all dead and buried for us, because statistically we don't come back from the dead, and it's actually the first goal that Burnley have scored in the last sort of 15 minutes of games. Oh, we'll see this free kick out, and then we'll cross over to Russ Verdon, who's yet to see a goal yet at Stamford Bridge. Oh my goodness me, what drama and excitement we've brought you in this commentary match tonight. And we're going to see number 17, Trezeguet on. He's one of the subs. Waltieri letting Burnley take this free kick as the ball comes in there. They couldn't score another one. Wood's in there. Wood taps the ball wide. And a goal kick it is to Aston Villa. Let's quickly go. We're going to see we're going to see El Ghazi and Trezeguet come on. They're going to replace Traore and Barkley. So whilst them substitutions are taking place, let's go over and see if we've had any excitement at Stamford Bridge with Ross.
Cheers, JB. Chelsea have just made a couple of changes while you've just been away. And that's Abraham and Pulisic on. Drew off for Abraham, and the other change sees Ben Chilwell go off for Christian Pulisic, which sees Callum Hudson-Odoi go to left back and Pulisic just in front of him. Chelsea still having a lot of the chances this second half, but yet to find the breakthrough. 79 minutes gone, still goalless here at Stamford Bridge as Piliqueta delivers the ball. They're looking for Abraham, but it's claimed by Rui Patricio. 79 minutes on the clock at Stamford Bridge. It's Chelsea 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0.
Well, back live here now with Turf Moor as Peters intercepts a ball through ball looking for Ollie Watkins by Jack Grealish. Burnley leading 3-2, but Villa make a couple of substitutions. But it was Mike Arnold points out that Mike points out quite rightly the substitutions from Dyche has actually worked. Jack Cork especially, and to a certain extent Vidger and Goodmanson have made such a difference as well. But it's been McNeil's show in the second half as this far. Pope's had another vote for man in the match. Also, we've had a vote for Dwight McNeil as well. So Pope is actually leading on the count of the voting at the moment. So 2 votes for Pope. So yeah, Dwight McNeil's got one, and also Ben Mee's got the other one as well. So that's the man of the match votes, and it's the best man of the match votes we've had for some time. And well, what a shocker this could be for Villa. They should have been 3 or 4 up at half time, if truth be told. Burnley was shocking, but I don't know what Sean Dyche put in the half-time cup of tea and the oranges at half-time. Probably a little bit of testosterone, I think, because Burnley have looked a different side. Certainly in the second half. Thus far, it's a goal kick taken by Nick Pope. What a match. It's got to be one of the matches of the season. It's up there for the classic cup tie we brought you with Trevor and CW the other day. And that was a classic. And we're seeing another one here tonight. And the only shame really about it all is that there are no fans inside Turf Moor to see this. This would have been one of the great Turf Moor nights. Burnley 3, Aston Villa 2, 6 minutes to go. And here goes a chance here now, and it's a throw-in. El Ghazi trying to get through on that far side. Lowton, the former Villa man, stopping him. Oh, well, it's a good job we picked this one. It was a 24-hour to go job, but we've certainly brought you the excitement and the feel of a proper commentary, and we've been there for all the goals that have gone in. Can Russ get something at Chelsea? Let's hope we can have something there at Chelsea. Here's Vidri. He'll be willing the ball to go in for neither the Wolves or the Chelsea net now. I'm sure he's willing it in. I'm sure he's trying to blow it in from his commentary position at the moment. We don't need that much. We don't need that much persuasion because we've had 5 here tonight. And what a classic it's been. Pope. Oh, that was a little short the pass. Back to Pope, but Pope did really well there. In fact, Tarkowski and me nearly getting in each other's way. Not for the first time this season. As good as they are at the back together, they're like Morecambe and Wise 1 minute and Lauren Hardy the next sometimes. But you love them just the same. 4 minutes just over to go. Burnley 3, Aston Villa 2. And if you're enjoying this game and having a little bit of escapism from what's going on in the world, then it's all been worthwhile, hasn't it, listening to JB Sports tonight. Live commentary. We're going to the finish here. We'll be leaving you at around about something in the region of about 8 o'clock, just after. We'll have a full-time report as well from Stamford Bridge. We'll be checking in now in about a couple of minutes' time as well for the fast knockings there. In fact, let's just see this fella attack out as Mings gets possession. Finds Douglas Luiz. Luiz out towards Matty Cash, who's actually had a good game, in fairness. So who's going to listen to Manchester United? They've got Sheffield United tonight. An important match that is for Sheffield United. But what a result for Burnley. Let's just check on events in a few moments at Stamford Bridge. They were a bit behind us as well because they had a bit more stoppage time than what we did here at Turf Moor. Burnley leading 3-2. Here go. And that's a very good challenge there. And what a famous name from the past. Anyway, here comes the... I think Ridger is offside anyway as the ball was played. He was a bit hesitant to run there. Kenneth Barlow. You know Kenneth Barlow of Coronation Street. Are you not Bill Roach in disguise, are you? Keep up the good work. But want to know your thoughts on the fake taxi offers? No, thanks. I don't want to know, thank you, Ken. Can you please? That's not relevant to the football. We're covering football, not nothing else. Anyway, back to the action here. Certainly not Bill Roach, that's for sure. Right, let's just check. Let's just check on the. Let's just check on Keenan Davies is about to come on for Douglas Luiz. Whilst we're doing that, let's just quickly go back to Russ for a quick update.
Thank you, JB. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0. Mason Mount's now come on for Chelsea in this game. He came on for Hakim Ziyech, who has played well tonight. His first involvement saw him win a corner off Semedo. His corner then came in and was claimed by Patricio. Chelsea having all the possession and a lot of the chances, but yet to find the breakthrough. We've got about 5 minutes, less than 6 minutes to go here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0, and Chelsea 802 passes compared to Wolves 221 here at Stamford Bridge tonight, but no goals coming from those passes. It's Chelsea 0, Wolves 0 at Stamford Bridge.
Thanks, Ross. And now in the other game that's kicked off at 7:30, Brighton 0, Fulham 0. And how we could do with a Brighton winning that one. Burnley leading 3-2 as we come up towards the last minute. Looks like Nick Pope could be our Man of the Match award winner. And what a game it's proved to be. A foul there, surely. Paul Tierney had a good look at that. And here's Westwood battling with Grealish. And a goal kick has been awarded to Villa. And a goal kick... well, I'm lost for words too. Jack Grealish is having one or two words to say. And Mike Dane, Russ keeps telling me he never gets a 0-0. Well, we'll be as soon as the final whistle goes, incidentally, at Turf Moor, and we brought you a little bit there. We will be crossing to Russ for the climax of the game, and there's been a chance for Chelsea. We'll just stay with it for this game for a second because we've got Villa on the ball. We don't want to miss. Certainly, we'll announce the man in the match and then just cross over to Stamford Bridge once the break of play has been played. And Nick Pope will be our man in the match award winner. Here's Dwight McNeil down the left hand side. Will there be a fourth one here for Burnley to wrap it up? McNeil into the area, gets a deflection, it goes for a corner. So let's go quickly to Stamford Bridge and a quick progress report from Russ.
Thank you, JB. Chelsea had a fantastic effort. Patricio made a fantastic save from Callum Hudson-Odoi, cut in from the left flank and fired a effort which looked like we were heading in and pushed behind. The corner came in, but Wolves clear the lines. It's still goalless, and Wolves are just minutes away from their first clean sheet in the Premier League since October. Chelsea 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0.
Meanwhile, back at Turf Moor, thanks Russ. Meanwhile, back at Turf Moor, Burnley have a corner. They're taking it short to the corners, but they've lost possession. We're into 4 minutes of stoppage time. Nick Pope is the JB man in the match, so well done to Nick Pope. One on the most votes awarded. Here's Matt Lowton, who's had a super second half. He had a poor... goes Robert Goodmanson, sorry. Goodmanson takes it into the corners. We've had a minute to the 4. We will be crossing back to Russ with the climax of that game because they're a bit behind us in sort of time. In time, there's still about 5 minutes of stoppage, normal time plus stoppage time to go in that one as well, because they finished their first half a little bit later than what we did in the first half here. And then we'll wrap up everything that's happened. Brighton 0, Fulham 0 is 20 minutes, nearly 20 minutes old, and still no goals in that one. Anyway, here we are. 90 seconds of the 4 minutes elapsed. 3-2 in an absolute thriller minute. Ball played in there once more, and the Burnley defence didn't know where it was for a second or two. It's a goal kick to Burnley. And Aston Villa now Well, they look a beaten side. They were so rampant in the first half, Villa. It has to be said. They should have been 3 or 4 up. And again, I make no exaggeration of the truth in that one. But what Sean Dyche must have put in that cup of tea at half time, it's really got Burnley going. The substitutions, as Mike earlier pointed out, have made an absolute treat. Have made an absolute treat. In the 20 minutes gone, still 0-0. Fulham actually having the better of the possession, but Brighton the chances in that one. Looking at the statistics, right? Pope taking his royal time, and Paul Tierney is well within his element to add on more time if he wants to. Anyway, here comes the kick from Pope, right-footed, 3/4 of the way up the field. Wood winning that one superbly well. It could well be that Chris Wood could be the match winner. And I've got to say, it has been tough on Villa because they have looked a really good side tonight. I've been again impressed with them, the way they've worked hard, but it looks as if but Burnley have worked really well, and the substitutions have worked the oracle for Sean Dyche. What a result this could be unless Jack Grealish gets straight through there and rescues a point. 1 minute and 4 to go. Burnley on course for only their second win ever against Aston Villa in the Premier League. The last one was at Villa Park, May 2015. Danny Ings the goal scorer that day, but it looks as if they will get their first win in 5 years. Admittedly, they've not been in the same division since then. Either or have either been in the Premier League or the Championship at different times in them last 5 years. Villa got 4 points from the 2 games last season. It's going to be the opposite way around this season. A point earned at Villa Park the hard way by the Clarions, and certainly 3 if they're to hold on, earned the very hard way here at Turf Moor. Burnley don't do easy. They don't do cruising. They do battling. And they're battling, so they are. But here come Villa now looking to steal a point, and the ball played in, and Ward getting back there at the back, stealing it away. We've played the 4 minutes, and there will be no more. Burnley have won it. Chris Wood the hero. Dwight McNeil with a second equaliser. Villa had the lead at half time. A goal from Ali Watkins on 14 minutes. Then in the second half, early doors, Ben Mee with a super equaliser from the corner. Then Villa backing through the brilliant Jack Grealish after some good work from Douglas Luiz, cutting the ball back from the right after Peters had played everybody onside. That was 68 minutes. 76 minutes, Dwight McNeil got the equaliser. Excuse me. And then Chris Wood from Dwight McNeil's crossing, winning the game. Burnley winning by 3-2. We'll be back with the final seconds here, because stay with us now, because we've got the final seconds of Chelsea versus we'll look at that a little bit later, Mike, but let's go back to Stamford Bridge for the climax of that one, and Russ Vernon.
Thank you, JB. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0. As you join me as Billy Quetta can't get the cross in there for Chelsea. Wolves making their 3rd change a few moments ago. Moutinho on for Traore as Thiago Silva comes forward for Chelsea. Out wide to Rudiger, and further out wide it goes to Hudson-Odoi. Back into Rudiger. Out wide to Hudson-Odoi once more. Callum Hudson-Odoi up from left back. And runs out of pitch and out of play and gives Wolves a goal kick, and it looks as though Wolves may be having their chance to keep their to get the first point away point clean sheet since October in the Premier League, that is. Wolves 0, Chelsea 0, Wolves 0. I must say, it's been a good game to watch, even though it's been 0-0. We've played 2 minutes of the 3 added on. It's Chelsea. Can they hold on? Or can they get a goal here under Thomas Tuchel in his first game in charge? As Piliqueta picks the ball up and runs forward. Chelsea coming forward with Hudson-Odoi. Now has it. Avis on to Jorginho. Now Mason Mount. For Christian Pulisic. Last chance saloon, is it? They've got a corner and it is a last chance saloon now. Last throw over the dice for Chelsea maybe. Can they get something from this corner? Mason Mount will take the corner. Will they get a late goal here? Corner whipped in. Mount whips it in. He's headed over and behind from Kai Havertz, and he went wide and he hit Abraham and he went wide, and there goes the final whistle of my first 0-0 in quite a while, and I'm not sure if he's ever done a 0-0, but considering it's 0-0, it was a fantastic game. Chelsea had a lot of possession, a lot of chances, they couldn't take them, and Chelsea had the last chance when Kai Havertz headed over off a deflection of William Jose, in fact it was, and Chelsea had a chance to win it right at the very end, and he went over the bar. He had his heads in his hands. It could have been the first win for Thomas Tuchel if that had gone in, but he's finished here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Wolves 0, and I must say Thomas Tuchel will be happy with the display he's seen, but probably not happy with the final score. He probably thought he meant to go win, and they probably should have done, but he's finished Chelsea 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Thank you to JB for letting me bring the updates and some commentary as well. Back to JB at Turf Moor, trying up there after a fantastic result for Burnley. But here at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0.
Thanks, Ross. you took that 0-0 draw like a seasoned pro. It was almost if you celebrated it, to it quite honestly. Well done to Ross for his hard work there. Sorry we couldn't give him a goal there, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Well, we've had I think we picked the right game for commentary tonight, with all due respect. 3-2 to Burnley. It was a game of two halves, wasn't it? I'm a staunch Claret, but I've never known Burnley put us through the mill as much as tonight. It is the first half was shocking. The second half was anything but. Let's be honest. The one mistake we made, that was the second Villa goal, and Peter's playing everybody on side. But apart from that, everybody played out their skins. Dwight McNeil especially, but then again, Nick Bolt for his first half efforts. I mean, that was brilliant. But there you go. Doesn't matter how it happens. We've got the 3 points. Villa will say they're hard done by, and they'll have their own opinions on that. But at the end of the day, Burnley have shown their famous fighting spirit, and sometimes when you need results at the wrong end of the table, that's always the case. And well, it really does put the cat amongst the pigeons now, and it puts pressure on certainly Fulham. They're still drawing 0-0, by the way. We'll be with you at the end in a second, but let's just bring you the up-to-date league table then, as we got it for you. Everton Leicester is an 8:15 kickoff at Goodison Park. Manchester United Sheffield United is also an 8:15 kickoff. So where does that leave Burnley? It leaves them in 15th place, a point behind Crystal Palace, and 3 points above Newcastle now. And as things stand, they are 9 points above Fulham. Should Fulham lose, it would be 10 points. And what a result that could be in the grand scheme of things. And a great performance from Sean Dyche's men to come back from the dead was unbelievable. Now, there was a little bit of an altercation at the end between Jack Grealish as well. I'm not sure what happened there. He was having a little bit of a set to one of the Burnley coaching staff. I don't think there was any nonsense made of it, but a great victory for Burnley though. But in all due respect, I honestly believe we flattered to deceive in the first half. It should have been, in truth, it should have been 3-0 to Villa, and then in the second half we came out as if we were on testosterone, and oh my word, what a finish. And Chris Wood scoring the winner, and what a fantastic performance. A great performance then. Burnley the winners by 3-2, and what an exceptional performance it has been. So thank you very much to everybody. Thank you to Russ, thank you to everybody that's joined us tonight, everybody. Well, it looked a lost cause after 45 minutes when
Villa really tore Burnley apart and were very unfortunate not to be the one goal up. But when you miss chances at 1-0, you invariably get punished, and Burnley did just that. They got the equaliser after the early stages of the second half. Ben Mee with the equaliser, countering out the early goal scored by Ollie Watkins. Then Villa went in front around about the 69th minute when the ball was popped into the net by Jack Grealish after some good work from Douglas Luiz. 76 minutes, a cross in from the left hand side, not touched in by anyone. Goal will be quite rightly credited for Dwight McNeil. And then 3 minutes later, 11 from that time, Dwight McNeil again involved, crossing from the left, and Chris Wood stooped to conquer. He'd earlier missed an opportunity at 1-1 as well, but he atoned for that, and Burnley come away with a marvellous 3 points. Thank you very much to everyone that's joined me, and we'll see you in just over a week's time. We're going to have a weekend off as well, and really well done to everybody that joined us tonight. Burnley the winners then, 3-2, 9 points clear, potentially 10 clear if Brighton get a result tonight. Hope you've all enjoyed it here at Turf Moor and at Stamford Bridge, but it's Burnley who come out on top. Chelsea meanwhile drew 0-0 in Thomas Tuchel's first game in charge, but it's Burnley the winners by 3-2. Glad you enjoyed it all. From me and from Russ, good night to you all.